Good morning, Kumasterans, especially to our professor, Ma'am Losminda G. Machete, Doctor of Philosophy. I am Ernie T. Flores, currently working at Biabas Trade High School of Obaito District as a senior high school science teacher, and I am one of the reporters this morning. My report this morning is all about leadership, curriculum evaluation, and building school capacity. Here are the objectives of my report. Number one, define and explain curriculum leadership. Number two, define curriculum, evaluation, and curriculum evaluation. Number three, identify the different purpose of curriculum evaluation. Number four, describe the different levels of evaluation. Number five, identify and describe different evaluation models. Number six, describe some techniques of evaluation. And number seven, explain how to build capacity in educational setting. Okay, let us discuss first leadership. What is leadership in the curriculum? Curriculum leadership involves a careful balance of instructional and administrative leadership responsibilities, embedded not only in the formal trappings of authority as supervisor of faculty, but also in functions that cut across a number of roles affecting student achievement, including professional development, professional accountability, and curriculum development. This is according to Ogawa and Bussert in the year 1995. Leadership in the field of curriculum can take two basic forms. Number one, leaders can focus solely on maintaining the existing program through scheduled reviews, controlled activities, and limited problem solving. Or number two, the leader can broaden the work by providing vision, organization, and motivation so that others may participate in the school design. As a leader, you must know how to inspire or motivate your subordinates in order for them to participate actively in the school design. Roles of curriculum leader. Number one, we have curriculum management. Curriculum management includes the following. Number one, implementing agreed policy. So as a leader, you must be the one to implement agreed policies. Number two, managing learning and teaching. So as a leader also, you will be the one to manage the teaching and learning process. Number three, effective deployment of staff and resources. So you must be the one to deploy staff and resources of the school. Number four, monitoring and evaluating performance standards. So as a leader, you must also be the one to monitor and evaluate performance standards of the school. Number two, leadership. Leadership includes the following. Number one, building a vision. So as a leader, you must have a clear vision of the school. Number two, setting goals. So you must also have to set goals. Number three, providing strategic directions. So as a leader, you must provide strategic directions to your subordinates for them to follow and to run the system smoothly. Number four, developing policies. So as a leader, you must also be the one to develop policies. And number five, effective team building. As a leader, it is very important for you to know how to develop team building among your subordinates in order for them to work together as a team. Characteristics of most effective curriculum leaders. Number one, embrace a dynamic role and go beyond expectations. So as an effective leader, you must embrace positive rules and if possible, go beyond expectations. Number two, establish new directions. So do not stick to old direction. If possible, try to adapt the new ones. Number three, align people and resources. So you must align your subordinates together with your resources. You must see to it that the two fit with each other. Number four, motivate participants and aid in school improvement process. So as what I have said earlier, as a leader, you must know how to motivate your participants so that they will participate in the school improvement process. Let us now proceed to curriculum evaluation. Let us start with defining the term curriculum. Curriculum is defined as a sum of all experiences which are to be provided in an educational institution. Another meaning, this is according to Wheeler in the year 1967, curriculum means the planned experiences offered to the learners under the guidance of the school. Another meaning of curriculum has been defined by Tanner and Tanner in the year 1975 as the planned guided learning experience and intended learning outcomes formulated through a systematic reconstruction of knowledge and experiences under the auspices or guidance of the school for the learner's continuous and willful growth in academic, personal, and social competence. Okay, let us now proceed to definition of evaluation. Evaluation is a word used in a variety of ways, sometimes with imprecise and overlapping meanings. This is according to Lawton in the year 1973. It is much wider than the measurement. It is more fundamentally concerned with deciding on the value or worth, wholeness of a learning process, as well as the effectiveness with which it is being carried out. Let us now proceed to the definition of curriculum evaluation. Curriculum evaluation refers to the process of studying the merit or worth of some aspect or the whole of a curriculum. Depending on the way in which the term curriculum is defined, the focus or objects of curriculum evaluation could include curriculum design, learning environment, instruction process, resources and materials used in instructional process. Another meaning, curriculum evaluation is clearly a process by which we attempt to gauge the value and effectiveness of any piece of educational activity, which could be a rational project or a piece of work undertaken by or with pupils or students. So curriculum evaluation is giving our rates or grades to a certain aspect of the educational activity or system. Let us now proceed to purpose of curriculum evaluation. So according to Cronbach in the year 1963, uh, distinguishes three types of decisions for which evaluation is used. So number one, it is used for course improvement, which is deciding what instructional material and methods are satisfactory and where changes are needed. So evaluation is uh, used in order to improve course. So try to find out what instructional materials and methods are satisfactory and which one needs to be changed. Number two, it is used in decisions about individuals, identifying the needs of the pupil or student for the sale of planning of instruction and grouping, acquainting the pupil with his own deficiencies. The number three, administrative regulations, judging how good the school system is, how good individual teachers are. The goal of evaluation must be to answer questions of selection, adoption, support, and worth of educational materials and activities. It helps in identifying the necessary improvements to be made in content, teaching methods, learning experiences, educational facilities, staff selection, and development of educational objectives. It also serves the need of the policymakers, administrators, and other members of the society for the formation about the educational system. Let us now proceed to levels of evaluation. The evaluation can be undertaken at two levels. This is according to Scrivens in the year 1967. Level number 1, formative. During the development of the curriculum, it serves as a feedback and influence the shape of the curriculum through successive revisions. So this formative level evaluation is happening during the development of the curriculum. The number 2, we have summative. So summative level was is done after a curriculum has been developed and implemented. It is concerned with the appraisal of the emergent curriculum as it is offered to the school system. So this is according to Tyler in 1949, who visualized curriculum evaluation as a process of determining to what extent the educational objectives are actually being realized by the program of the curriculum and instruction. Then two basic approaches to evaluation have been identified, which are the scientific and the humanistic uh, approaches. And this is according to Cronbach in the year 1982. Okay, let us start with the scientific approach. So these are decisions about the educational program are made on the basis of efforts of learners. The data gathered is in the form of test scores of the students, which are employed to compare students' achievements. So in the scientific approach, they are using the data gathered from the test scores of the students and then making a comparison of the students' achievements. The second one is the humanistic approach. The evaluator uses data obtained from thick descriptions of actual events. Data is also obtained from interviews with the participants in the curriculum program and is utilized for purposes of evaluation. So in humanistic approach, data are obtained through interviewing some participants. Okay, let us now proceed to evaluation models. Two categories of evaluation models. Number 1, curriculum product evaluation. It focuses on products such as course of study, syllabi, textbook, etc. This type of curriculum product evaluation employs specified external criteria. So when we say curriculum product evaluation, it really focuses on the materials such as the course of study, the syllabi, and the textbooks or the learner's materials. Then there are two models under curriculum product evaluation. The first one is the 8-year study evaluation model. This model offers an example curriculum product evaluation characteristics such as adequacy of teacher's manual for classroom application and for providing explanation as to the content selecting sequence, presentation, effectiveness of curriculum material, and specification of instructional objectives. So this is the 8-year study evaluation model. Then, the steps in evaluation as recommended by Tyler in 1945 were as follows. Number 1, establishment of a broader goals of the program. Number 2, classification and definition of objectives is behavioral terms. Number 3, identification of situations where the achievement of the objectives is indicated. Number 4, development of measurement techniques. Number 5, collection of student performance data. The number 6, comparison of data with behaviorally stated objectives. Then, number 2, provost discrepancy evaluation model. And we have heard the steps of this model. Number 1, determining program standards. Number 2, determining program performance. The number 3, comparing the performance with the standards. Number 4, determining whether a discrepancy exists between performance and standards. Then in this model, the program in operation is constantly judged in terms of fixed standard criteria already established. Number two, curriculum program evaluation refers to a complex set of interactions between a given instructional program and its setting. This is according to Ornstein and Hankins in the year 1988. This is concerned with looking at how a particular curriculum works within its instructional setting. It also points out towards the methods to be used for data collection by means of classroom observations, interviews, and documentary analysis. So when we say curriculum program evaluation, this collects data through classroom observations, interviews, and documentary analysis. Okay, two models under curriculum program evaluation. Number one, we have the stakes congruence contingency model. This model emphasized on a full description of the educational program and the curriculum process. So, full description of the educational program and curriculum process. Then, there are three sources of information that are taken into account. Number one, antecedents, which refers to the conditions existing prior to teaching and learning. Number two, we have transactions, which are the encounters in the learning situation. The number three, we have the outcomes, which take into consideration the intended as well as the unintended, which arise during the implementation of the program. Okay, letter number two, we have the Staplebeam's CIPP model. The full form of CIPP is context, input, process, and product. Okay, let us define first context. Evaluation involves studying the reality in which the program is run. Then input, evaluation provides information for determining how alternative curricular strategies will be able to contribute to the attainment of curricular intentions. This component of evaluation examines things such as number one, appropriateness of selected objectives. Number two, congruency between objectives and content. Number three, appropriateness of the instructional strategies and assessment procedures. Let us now proceed to process. Evaluation examines the implementation aspect of the curricular program. Then product, evaluation using data about the three factors. We have the context, input, and process. The extent to which the objectives are being achieved and determined. Techniques of evaluation. The first technique is observation. It is related to curriculum transaction. Observation schedule helps the evaluator to focus his attention on the aspects of the process that are most relevant to his investigation. So there must be an observation that will be done by the leader or the administrator or the principal or the school head. The number two, we have questionnaire. It is used to obtain reaction of curriculum users, namely the pupils or students, teachers, administrators, parents, and other educational workers concerning various aspects of prescribed curriculum are to be ascertained. So, providing questionnaire in order to obtain reactions of the curriculum users, which will be the students, teachers, administrators, parents, and other stakeholders. The number three, we have checklist. It can be used as a part of a questionnaire and interview. It provides numbers of responses, out of which most appropriate responses are to be checked by the respondent. The number four, we have interview. It is a basic technique of evaluation for gathering information. It may be formal or informal in nature. The information required should be suitably defined, and the presentation of questions should in no case betray and sort of bias. the part of the interviewer. The number five, workshops and group discussion. In this technique, experts are invited at one place to deliberate upon syllabi, materials, etc., and to arrive at a consensus regarding the quality of the same. So there should be workshops. Leaders will provide workshops and group discussions. The number six, we have the Delphi technique. It is a remote conferencing or a remote conferencing is employed instead of workshop technique. So this Delphi technique is can be a replacement for conferencing. It can be used at various stages of curriculum development. This technique is cost effective and provides an equal opportunity to all members of the group to express their individual views. According to Bisley and Shibi in the year 2010, okay, let us now proceed to building school capacity. So according to Bisley and Shibi in the year 2010, capacity building in the educational setting is a process to assess a school or college's ability to accomplish its mission. So when we say building school capacity, it is a process that will assess schools' ability in order to accomplish its mission. The process involves combining elements and resources within the school to benefit all stakeholders. Its purpose is to create and implement programs that will allow all members to grow by way on enhancing their knowledge, skills, and abilities. It is aligned along performance-based and catalyst for change. For example, schools that are experiencing difficulties relating to low self-esteem, behavior issues, and lack of parent involvement will require improvement, or in other words, capacity building within the schools. These issues are deemed problematic and serve as obstacles to the long-term goals and missions of the school. So if there are problems that may arise in schools, so building school capacity uh, will take place. So the school's culture should feature a positive, safe, and trusting working and learning environment that is conducive to student learning and staff professional development by way of encouraging team building along with stimulating and motivating the culture through incentives and innovative changes in order for changes in capacity building to remain effective. All faculty members, principals, teachers, school leaders, district, and all accountable stakeholders as a whole must buy in and invest in schools improvements. Everyone must care about each other and help each other to grow, learn, and lead together. Another important aspect of capacity building involves mobilizing school and parent relationships to enable parents to be included in this emerging community. Schools need to include parents when schools set goals and choose improvement strategies. Schools should make it easier for parents to be informed and to play a part in what goes on in the classroom in terms of teaching and learning settings. I believe s- schools should work as a team, to work more like a family. Distributive leadership should be the key in enforcing structure and responsibility. So there will be a selection of different leaders that that will help in enforcing structure and responsibility. Teachers and students should work together effectively, yet are able to use their own strengths and styles in the classroom. And that is all about my report, and these are my references. Okay, thank you for listening. God bless everyone, and may all of us have a happy weekend. Once again, a pleasant morning to everyone.